Hello, I'm Steve Ricker, Director of Conservation here at Westmoreland Sanctuary, and we're in one of Westmoreland's pine forests, which is kind of a rare forest habitat in Westmoreland. Most of the Hudson Valley has a lot of deciduous or leaf trees, and then there's a few patches here and there of pine forests which are unique. And the organisms that the pine forests support also tend to be unique and specialized as well. Examples are red squirrels, pine warblers, some of the owls, and those types of organisms that really rely on pines for not just food but shelter, have kind of a relationship we call mutualism. In other words, they both benefit from it. So in my hands I'm holding a great example of what you might find if you're hiking on the Veery Trail or through one of our forest pine plantations here. This is an example of the mutualism between the red squirrel and the evergreens. In this case, these are spruce cones. And as you can see, here's a whole one. Now this one probably was actually cut off by the red squirrel. So the red squirrels go up to the top of the tree, cut these off, and if you're unlucky, you'll get hit on the head with one when you hike, or you'll find them on the ground on the trail, and then they'll come down later and eat them. And in some cases, they'll actually, if there's an abundance, they'll start to store them. And they'll store them usually in any nearby hollow tree, so for wintertime. And then some of the ones that they don't eat, or as they open these up, some of the seeds escape, and that's called seed dispersal. They won't eat them. What they're doing is they're actually helping the spruces by actually dispersing seeds so that new spruce can grow from those seeds that they disperse. This pine plantation, it does have some threats to it, and one of the most common threats in the Hudson Valley and in Westmoreland is the high deer population, the white-tailed deer. And what white-tailed deer do is they pick their favorite plants and pretty much devour them if they find their favorites. And one of their favorites are pine seedlings and pine saplings. So what we have is we have a lot of mature trees, some dead snags, but we have really no young seedlings or saplings that are ready to take the place of these older trees as they get knocked down by storms and just succumb to old age. So that's a big problem, and how we're tackling that is by coming in and planting young pine seedlings and then protecting them from the deer. So we have a younger generation ready to go to take the place, and we're going to preserve this habitat and the organisms that it supports.